everyone, so today I'm back with a super exciting video that I've had planned for a while, and I'm really genuinely so excited to actually bring this to you. I'm sorry this is 2 videos that are uni related in a week, like consecutive Wednesday videos. I promise not every Wednesday video will be uni related, but it's just I really wanted to get this up for you guys, and I have a couple of fashion videos that have been put on hold at the moment that I can't do yet. I'm just waiting for a few things to like arrive and stuff. Promise they won't all be the same, but today I'm bringing you my ultimate Freshers Week / Freshers Year guide. I wanted to share sort of all my knowledge, as much knowledge as I could give you, because if you didn't know, I have just finished my first year at uni, so I wanted to give you guys some insight, because I get so many questions from you guys, like just asking for advice, things to expect when you move to uni and stuff, so I wanted to put it all in one nice video, what to expect in Freshers Week and pretty much throughout the entire year. I've got a few main topics like headings. If I've missed anything, there's probably more, like I'm going to do some other videos. Let me know in particular down below if there's anything that I miss out that you want me to do an entire video on, like another subheading. Leave that down below so I know to do it, and I'll definitely get that out for you guys at some point this summer so you guys can prepare yourself if you're moving to uni at the end of this year. Also, I will be doing a specific video on all things to do with uni organisation, so that's doing work, budgeting, saving money, food, shopping, things like that, all things organisation related. I will be doing a specific video on that very soon. I have that planning at the moment, and I'm really excited for that because if you know me, I love organisation. I also have a Q&A at the end of this video because I asked on Twitter and Instagram for you guys to send me some of your uni related questions or anything you wanted advice on to do with uni. So don't forget to follow me on there and Snapchat if you don't want to miss out on my next like Q&A asking session. So yes, we shall just get started with my uni freshers guide. Okay, so the first topic I have to talk about is moving in. This is all to do with sort of the initial first day you move into uni, what to expect, because I do get a lot of questions on this, so I've sort of summarised a few main points to make a note of when you're actually moving into uni. First tip is to focus on your kitchen first, and that's really weird. Obviously everyone's different depending on their living situation, whether they're living in halls, whether you're living in a flat, whether you're living by yourself. Living in like a halls environment, I definitely recommend checking out your kitchen first, both selfish reasons and unselfish reasons. So first off, you do want to claim your kitchen space. This isn't, you know, you don't want to be that person left over with the last cupboard choices and getting cupboards at either end of the room. So claim your kitchen, cupboards, and know your space. You will be spending a lot of time in there, obviously. Cooking is great, food is great, so you need to know your surroundings. For a more unselfish reason, it's a perfect place to meet people. I know so many of my flatmates first actually met each other in the kitchen while they were moving all their stuff in with their family, so it's definitely a great way to sort of break that initial ice. Like first off, saying hello. You won't necessarily have a full-on chat, you might get to people's families, but it's a great icebreaker. Point number 2, don't worry about unpacking everything. So when it comes to food, I did food shopping sort of before I moved in, like on the way. I know the supermarkets like around the uni will be rammed, like they were for me, they're absolutely mobbed, but it's definitely worth it because it means that once you've moved in, everything's moved in. You don't have to worry about doing food shopping the next day or whatever. Once all your food's in the kitchen or your kitchen stuff is out, then you're fine. And when you focus on unpacking your room, you really don't need to unpack everything. I lived out of boxes for quite a while because I just sort of started gradually unpacking things that I needed as I went along. Spend a little bit of time unpacking your essentials while your family's there. Make sure, like I pretty much just unpacked all my clothes, make sure they're in the wardrobe and my bathroom stuff. So that was all sorted, but don't worry about unpacking everything because you really don't need everything out. Tip number 3, keep your door open. I say this so much. It's such a great way to break the ice. If you're not necessarily that confident one to go around talking to other people, going to other people's rooms first, then leaving your door open means that someone else in your flat will have that confidence and will literally just come and say hello. Even if you're unpacking or if you're on your phone, someone will just give a little knock and come in and say hello. So it's just keep your door open. Tip number 4, the second all your family leave, whoever's dropping you off at uni, the second you've said your goodbyes and they've gone, go and meet everyone. Even if people are still unpacking and things, just work your way down the corridor. I know by the time I finished, quite a few people in the kitchen. I know my flatmates, some of them were in the corridor and they knocked on my door and they were like, oh, we're all going to go to the kitchen and get chatting, so do you want to join us? So like we all just sort of gradually went into the kitchen and had a chat. So literally, once you've got your essentials out, go and meet everyone that's come in, and if you're early, meet people as they come in and offer to help them with their kitchen stuff. So just go meet everyone, that should be your priority. I've had a few people ask me now some chatting points, like some great things to talk about that first sort of initial meeting when you're all sat down. I know the first evening I've moved into uni was like the most memorable night. I will never ever forget that. We got on very well very quickly. Talk about your hobbies, and please, I know it sounds really cliche, please be yourself, because you don't want to be that person that really bigs themselves up in Freshers Week, makes all these like fibs and gets caught out later in the year. with all their lies that they told in Freshers Week. You don't want to be that person, so literally just talk about your genuine hobbies. Like for me, obviously YouTube was a big chatting point, and you don't have to be in a room full of people that also enjoy your hobbies for them to show an interest. So obviously no one else in my flat does YouTube, but they were so interested in it. So you could be talking to someone that hates reading, but you could be talking about how much you like these set books and they will still show an interest. So talk about your genuine hobbies, and it's a great way just to start conversation. Also, obvious one, talk about what you're studying. You could either be in a room like me. I had a flat of people that none of them were doing psychology or anything close to it, so we just talked about that. And you could be at the other end and have a bunch of people that are doing the same course as you, and you can discuss meeting up ready for lectures, going to lectures and things together. So it's a great way just to break the ice with saying basically what you're doing at uni. Oh my goodness, the easiest icebreaker ever is just to literally talk about Freshers Week. Whether or not you like going out, whether or not you like drinking, you can still talk about Freshers Week plans, what you're going to do in the days, whether you're going to go to Freshers Fair, whether you're going to go to certain events in the evenings, like whether you're going to have nights in and chilling and everything. So like easiest icebreaker point ever. If you guys are like me, or me and my flat, we were quite big drinkers, and we had a few people that weren't really as big drinkers, but we still played some party games, some drinking games. Even for the people that didn't drink, they could just drink water, or they could just joke along in the game. They didn't have to drink, but it's a great way to get to know people really quickly. I 100% blame like Never Have I Ever and Truth or Dare for the reason me and my flatmates are so close, because that was the first thing we did when we all hung out in that kitchen. We met, we started playing, I think it was Never Have I Ever, and it broke the ice immediately, and we became so close. We all got on so well, there was no boundaries, it was so funny. Like I said, I'll never forget that night. So play games like that. They seem tedious, they seem weird, they seem quite, you know, juvenile party games. You will love it, and you will probably continue to play it the entire year. Money's kind of a large point. There are a lot of specific questions, so again, if you do have something specific to ask me about money, then I can try and answer it. And also I will cover sort of budgeting and money in my organisation video, but I have a few general points here. First, it's okay to spend more money than you should in Freshers Week. I don't know a single person that came away from Freshers Week and went, oh, I didn't actually spend that much, because it's Freshers Week. You go a bit mad, you don't know your limits, and you have fun, so it's okay to spend more. Like, I spent a ridiculous amount of Freshers Week, but I wouldn't have done it any other way, because I had such a great time and it was worth it. So don't feel guilty for spending money, it happens. Point number 2, establish your routine. Use Freshers Week and probably a few weeks after that to get into your routine like you would have at home. So get to know your surroundings, maybe go on a walk of the campus with your friends, like your flatmates, get to know where shops are, get to know how, like, the best way to travel to the supermarkets are, or whether you want to do online shopping for your food. Along with this routine, you will start to establish sort of the amount of money you like to spend weekly. I had a budget. My mum literally like left me at uni, was like, she had written down the budget that I should spend a week with all my money. Like, we worked out how much money I was getting, how much money I had to pay, how much I should budget a week, and she was saying, oh, don't forget to budget, you know, you have this. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't really quite know what that meant, because I hadn't established a routine of what I need to spend money on. So establish that routine and you will get a lot more confident with money, knowing how much is nice to spend, how much is too much to spend on a food shop, how much is not enough, how much you have to spend on a night out, how much you have to treat yourself to a new top or something. So establish that routine early on and it will get a lot easier handling your money. Uni, you will experience a number of takeaways. It is inevitable, whether you're a clean eater, whether you are gluten-free, lactose intolerant. I am lactose intolerant, and the amount of pizzas I've eaten in first year is insane. It happens, and that's okay. I think the freshers weight, you're supposed to put on freshers 15. It happens, everyone puts on weight. I didn't know a single person that lost weight in Freshers Week. It's just because you haven't really established your limits yet. So having takeaways is okay, don't feel guilty for that. But try and nip it in the bud after the first month or so, because both your health, your body and your bank will thank you for it. So you definitely do not want to be getting into the habit of having like 3-4 takeaways a week after Christmas. Going into second semester, it's just not good. So try and nip that early, see it as a treat. Yeah, so it's okay in freshers, but don't make it a habit. Meal plan, oh my goodness, everyone always says, before going to uni, I never got the hype about meal planning. Everyone was drilling it into me about meal planning, just how I was watching videos of people going, oh, meal planning is great, I love meal planning, all this. I never got why, I never understood it, but going to uni, it saved my life. I'm so chuffed. that I meal plan, I've gotten into the habit of it. So again, I'll go into more detail in the organisation video, but definitely get into the habit of meal planning. It will save you so much money and it will avoid food waste. It means you will literally get the most out of all your food. Again, another personal experience of mine, family dinners, what we call our family dinners. In the first semester, we would pick a different type of food to cook every Sunday, and all of us would cook it together. We'd chip into the food, like chip in the money to buy all the food, and we'd sit and eat it together. So bear in mind, there was a lot of us, it took a lot of effort. So we'd do roast dinners, you know, say you do an Italian like pizza night, you could do a Mexican night, do a Chinese food night, we even did a Christmas dinner. So that's a great way to sort of get closer to your flatmates. That was really fun and we really enjoyed that, and I definitely think we're going to start doing that again come us moving into the house. That's just a recommendation of mine. If you want to get close to your flatmates, it's a good idea. So I'm going to put a little disclaimer on this section. Not everyone has to enjoy going out. I got loads and loads and loads of people saying I'm not a huge going out person, I'm not a huge club person, I'm not a huge drinking person. Will I be ridiculed? Will I be left out? Will I feel stupid? Will I feel peer pressure? No. Everyone is different and people should respect you for that. And you can still have so much fun in Freshers Week if you don't like going out, if you don't like drinking but you like going out. You know, there is always something for you. In the daytime, I know personally there was loads of events in the daytime you could go to as well. As a flat, we liked drinking and we liked going out. Obviously, like I said, there's a few of us it didn't, so we still, you know, they still had fun with us, they just chose not to drink as much. So personal preferences aside, I'm just going to do this like general going out. If you choose to go out, some tips that I've sort of found from going out in uni that hopefully are here to help. Number one, outfits. Comfort is key. Comfort is the number one tip when choosing your outfit. So at the start of Freshers Week, in the first sort of few weeks, everyone dressed up a lot more, wore a lot more heels. You see a lot of people in like full-on bodycon dresses and things, and it might be different where you're going to uni, but we aren't a central city. We're not a uni in the middle of a big city centre, so it's not so much club. Like the closest club you go to is the SU. Early on it was kind of like ruled out. People got bored of dressing up loads for the SU, and even when you go out to the local town club to go clubbing and things, you don't dress up because you learn that it is so much nicer to come home in shoes that are actually comfortable. The amount of times either me or someone I know have had to walk home in the rain. I had to walk home barefoot in the snow once with a burger in my hand because my shoes were so uncomfortable, because you're dancing the whole night. So be comfortable. You will always see those girls that rock the bodycon dresses and the 6-inch heels every week at the SU, but it's okay to be that girl who wears like boots, jeans and a nice top. That's what we do most of the time. So be comfortable, find your level of comfort with your outfit. Number two, my favourite tip when talking about uni, be confident or fake confidence until you pull it off. Uni Freshers Week is the best confidence booster ever because you will go out to these events where everyone is in the same boat and everyone is so chatty. You will literally meet so many people that you probably won't see again, and it's such a confidence boost because you know these people have never met you before, they have no idea what you like, but they genuinely want to talk to you. So talk to as many people as you can, even if you're not the most chatty person. Teach yourself because it will get easier. Talk to as many people as you can because you will love it, and it's such a great confidence boost. Tip number three is make sure you're in a comfortable environment. Now I'm not talking about clothing wise, obviously I've covered that. Make sure you're going out with people you feel safe with, and you know that if you're in a situation that could get quite uncomfortable or unsafe, you know these people will get you out of it and will help you. Just make sure you're in a place that you know you're safe. One, avoid uncomfortable situations, so you know, a nicer environment, prefer that. If you do get into an unintentional uncomfortable situation, make sure you're with people that you feel safe around, so just please be safe with this newfound independence you will experience in uni. So I did have another section based on workload and just things to do with work, but I've decided I'm just going to cover that in the organisation video because I think it fits more, so I'm going to move on to the Q&A. So first up, Alana says, did you have an ensuite? If not, what was it like sharing? I had an ensuite room. That was a personal preference of mine. While I was picking uni accommodation, I made sure I was adamant that I wanted an ensuite room. However, the accommodations that I've been in where people have shared bathrooms, they're no less they're not any worse. So don't worry if you are sharing a bathroom, they're not disgusting. People are generally, from what I've seen, considerate, and they're nowhere near as bad as they sound because everyone's in the same boat. Everyone wants a nice bathroom. No one wants to go into a grim bathroom, and no one's gonna knock the door down while you're showering, so don't worry about it. Did you get the exact grades you needed to get onto your course, Also, did you ever get bad homesickness, and if you did, how did you get over it? I remember A-level results day, I literally got the exact grades I needed to get into my course. So I needed 3 Bs at A-level in my, the courses I was doing to get onto the psychology degree, and I literally got exactly 3 Bs. And I remember I got those grades before UCAS told me that I'd gotten into the university I wanted to go to, so I was still convinced for some reason. I saw those 3 Bs and I was like, in my head I was thinking, oh my god, I got 3 Bs, what if they still didn't let me in, because what if they said 3 Bs but they actually expect you to get higher than that? I was worrying. So yeah, but then I know people that needed 3 Bs and got 3 Cs and still got in, so I think there's a lot more leniency than they let on. Homesickness hit me really late compared to a lot of my friends. I think that was because I did have such a good experience sort of straight away with my friends. So I had this I was in this uni bubble with these new people that were like my uni family. So it hit me quite late. It sounds really stupid, but I started to get really homesick towards Christmas. I was really missing just being at home with family. So luckily pretty soon after I felt the homesickness, I was home for Christmas, so that was fine. So I definitely recommend, if you're feeling quite bad homesickness when you get to uni, make sure to book in a weekend to go home so you have something to look forward to. So if you're feeling really homesick, you can just think, oh, I've only got 2 weeks until I go home for a weekend and I see everyone. So have something to look forward to. How did you choose your career? To be honest with you, I'm doing a degree but I still don't know exactly what career to go into. One of the things to do with most psychology is that it is such a broad topic. So you'll know if you've looked into studying psychology, it's such a broad topic that there are so many fields you can go into with careers. So I finished my first year, I'm going on to doing a full degree course now for the next 2 years, and I'm still only doing general psychology studies. I'm doing a mixture of modules on different fields, so I don't know what specific field I want to go into yet. And I don't think I'll know until I sort of reach my master's stage or the end of my degree, so I still don't know exactly what career I want to go into. But I remember at the end of first year of 6th form, everyone was sort of starting to pick unis, going to uni open days and things, and I still had no idea. I was a mess with what I wanted to do. I was still contemplating doing English Lit. I was thinking about whether to do psychology or drama and theatre or even sociology, and it was only when I actually started researching each of those individually as to what the degree course would actually entail that I realised that psychology was the one for me, because I loved them all and I really enjoyed them all and I thought I was doing really well in them all, and it was just really hard because none of them initially at A-level screamed out to me. And then I realised when I researched psychology and what sort of modules and things you do in the degree, I realised that it just hadn't screamed out to me at A-level because I wasn't particularly enjoying the A-level course as much as I do the degree course. So do your research, it will pay off and you will know once you've found what you want to do. I've got a lot of questions here on motivation, productivity, balancing work and social life, and organising yourself and budgeting and things like that. So like I said, I'm sorry if I don't answer those questions, but I'm going to do specific videos on those very, very soon. I have that planning at the moment, so that will be in a couple of weeks. That's kind of why I'm not answering those sort of questions. But yes, those are the questions I'm going to answer today because I don't want this video to be too long and rambly. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if there's any specific topics you want me to do a whole video on, uni related or otherwise. Leave those down below. Also, if you have any questions, you can literally message me on anything and I'll try and help you if I can. And yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for another mystery video. Bye!